ahead and log in for me. And while you're doing that, we can talk about, what did we do yesterday?
Write about turtle.
Right, you wrote about your turtle. And so we were talking about all the different parts of the sentence that we need to make a complete sentence. What were some of those things? We know that every sentence needs to start with a capital letter, and every sentence needs to end with
a
punctuation. What else does your sentence need to be? What else does it have to have? Okay, you type.
Okay.
Was it hard to think while I was talking to you?
Yeah.
Was that the problem? I thought so.
Ruler? How is this glued on?
Well, this is just here so that so you can kind of look up and see the paper. It's called a slant board. So you can see your paper without actually having to look down at your paper. Okay? So we are going to type this as best we can, and I know that you're doing keyboarding skills, right? So what do we need in our sentences? They all need to have a capital letter. They all need to have punctuation. They all need to have a complete thought, right? You need to finish what you're saying. And they need to be on topic, which means we're not talking about turtles and then elephants, unless you're talking about the zoo, right? So in this picture, this turtle is sitting on a log, right? And you think that he is doing what? What did you say he was doing? He's cooling himself, okay? So now we're just gonna try to type it. So you're just writing down what you have. And as you type and get down each row, I'm going to help you out by covering up the next one, so you're not always looking, okay? So here's our first sentence. What are you writing first?
He looks like Archie.
He looks like Archie, okay? So you're writing it just like you have it on your paper. He looks like, let me know when you need me to move down. Ready? Archie. And what do we know that every name needs to start with what? If it's the name of something, it needs to have a what at the beginning? Right, a capital. So Archie needs a capital A. And I watched you do that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It's my friend Aiden's birthday tomorrow.
You almost done with Archie's? And what do you need at the end of every sentence? Do you have a period at the end of your sentence? Okay. I think I'm actually going to move around and sit next to you because it's hard for me to see what you're doing.
Okay.
Okay? That way I can see what you're working on. Okay. He look. What do you have? He look. Oh, nope, don't erase. Just slide over. That's what these arrows are for. Looks. Okay, then we can go back. He looks like Archie. Next we're saying what?
He eats leaves.
He eats leaves. And we need a what at the beginning? Ooh, that's a long reach for your hand to get to the H, isn't it?
Yeah.
He eats
It's actually quiet.
It is really quiet. Leaves. Okay. Next.
He is cooling down.
He is cooling down. Look at what we forgot.
What?
He is cooling down.
Here, we can.
I got it.
Smile.
We forgot your punctuation.
Whoops.
Uh-oh. But now it's there. And we'll get it on your paper, right? Okay, ready? You're up. He. Do you want me to point with your pencil?
Sure.
Okay. He. Oh, look at that beautiful capital H.
This is nice words.
It is. You're doing nice. He is.
Whoa.
You're fine. He is. Cooling.
Oh shoot.
It's okay. You accidentally exited out, but here it is.
Phew.
He is. Okay. Cooling. Ready? And we know that this word is just what with an ending?
ING.
Cool.
Ing.
Ing. I can tell you've been practicing typing because you know you get to the letters really quickly. Down. He is cooling down. And this time we have to remember what? Punctuation. It's important.
It looks like punk instead of,
Does it remind you of pumpkins?
yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
like punk.
No, punctuation. He has a shell.
Oops. Oops.
Shell. Okay. Nice job. And your next part is what?
Does.
Does he eat worms? Are you saying this doesn't look like it says does?
Yeah.
What do you think is wrong with it? Because we know that OW says what?
Oh.
Well, it says
Ow.
ow. So how do we make it say does?
Oh, switch the O to the W. Put the W to beside the
Do you think
D.
it needs to be like this? Already here, so it's not on your paper. Does?
Ah.
Does that look right?
No.
No? What do you think? How do you spell do?
D-O.
Right. Okay, so we know that that's how it should start, right? Because do is something that you do currently, but you're wondering, does he eat worms? And do is in the word does.
Oh.
And we know that it has an S at the end, right? Because you can hear it. What needs to be in the middle?
Oh.
Does.
You.
You could try that. Let's see, does that look better?
Does.
Does he eat worms?
Kind.
Kind of. Well, since we already did the writing, I will inform you that does is D-O-E-S. Does that look different?
Ah,
Does
yeah.
that look right?
Yep.
Right.
There's
Okay.
an E.
won't change it here because I want mom and dad to see your work. Okay?
Yeah.
But can you change it on your computer?
Sure.
Does he eat worms?
No.
Ooh, what'd you forget?
Space.
Oh, space. That makes it easier to read, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Does he eat worms? He eat worms?
And a question.
Right, because what are you doing here?
We're asking a question.
Right, we are. Does he eat lambs? Oops. What do we forget?
Or a
We forgot the
R.
R. Whoops.
Whoops.
Where does it need to be?
Worm.
Before the end. That's what's easy about a computer is you don't have to erase something with an eraser, right?
Yeah.
You can just erase it with the backspace button.
It'd be hard if you erase the
Worms. And then, like you already told me, we need what? Where's the question? Do you know? Have you worked on the question mark yet for typing? Oh, there it is. Oops.
Whoops.
You have to hit shift first, though. There. Okay, let's read your story.
He looks like Archie. He eats leaves. He is cooling. I almost said coding.
He is cooling.
Down, down. He has a shell. Does he eat worms?
Does he eat worms? I don't know. Does he?
Probably.
Probably. Okay, so what are some things that we could do with this that's typed up?
Print it.
You could print it. We
Maybe.
could even print it with a picture
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it,
yeah.
right? Or with room to do it. And because what is a book?
Oh.
Do you think that every book maybe started out by someone handwriting it?
Yeah.
Nowadays, do you think that they handwrote it, or do you think they typed it on the computer first?
They typed it.
They probably did. But do you think that maybe back before computers were something we used every day, maybe they wrote everything by hand?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've been talking a lot about what sentences need. And what are those 4 things that every sentence needs?
What are those line things, with the,
What do you mean?
like,
That you accidentally had first?
yeah.
That's just a slash.
No, like,
Oh, those things? Those are if you're maybe including something. We don't need them though, right? So what are the 4 things every sentence needs?
period,
Punctuation, right?
exclamation.
Well, that would be part of our punctuation, right? Because it could be a period, an exclamation mark, or a question mark, right? So we need punctuation. We need what at the beginning?
Capital.
We need a capital letter. We need it to be on topic, and it needs to make sense. So all of our sentences have to have those 4 things, and we're gonna keep practicing that all year long. And you're getting really good at it, right? Yeah. So, would you like to print this out?
Sure.
And so that would you like to put the picture above it or below it?
Above it.
Above it. Okay. So that means So that means we need to go down a few spaces, and when we do that, we can just hit enter. Oh, hold on.
There.
We have to go here. And if we want to put the picture above it, like what yours is, here, we need to enter down. You want it under?
Wait,
Then we need to end your noun so that there's room for your
Well,
picture, right? And then we'll have to find that picture. I think I have copies of it already. Okay. Do you know how to print from your computer?
what? How would
You should be able to hit this printer button right here. If it's working. Remember you said it was offline? Let's try it